Hello, in today's video, I will be redrawing my old art. Yeah, I know, it's crazy, crazy, Anyways, the first drawing I will be, redoing is one of my old gotcha OCs, which I never actually drawn before this, and I don't even still draw, bro. I guess now I do, bro, for the video, but I believe I made this in, 2024, and I actually checked the thingy in Ibis Paint, and it was November 22nd, 2024. Anyways, now on to my actual drawing, or well, my redrawing. I started with a sketch. I found this post reference on Pinterest, and I used it because I thought it would fit. Then I started doing the hair, all the other details, and stuff. The clothes, everything. Obviously, you can see it right there. And one thing that I do realize about this OC is that they're like they have deer horns, but I don't know what they actually are. I mean, they're purple, but I don't know. I made it like a while ago, so. But then I started coloring. I started like I didn't fully do line art. I just did line art in certain areas, and then I filled it in later. Yeah. And then I started like coloring the hair and stuff. And actually, I made the hair slightly darker than it actually is, cause I don't know, it just felt better, I suppose. Yeah, I also didn't add like that many details in his little crown thing, whatever he's wearing. As you can see, then I started like rendering a bit, not really rendering, but like a bit detailing on the hair. And then I did some lighting, cause in the original drawing, he's like holding like an orb. The thing is, you can't even tell it's an orb because like it's just shining really brightly, and I guess it's the whole thing supposed to be like, oh look, it's shining, but like I didn't know how to do that. So in my old drawing, it just came out with like multiple lines. So I still don't really know how to do that, but I tried to make it more look like light was like actually shining at him, and not just something like random. I'm getting like attacked. And then some flooring, and then I finished up. Woo! I still don't know what he's holding, but it's something. But onto the other OC. Now this OC I actually never drew before, but like I had an old like gotcha design of him, and it looked very ugly. Well, not ugly, but like boring, I would say. Because I had this problem where like I would give like all my male OCs, because like a lot of time if I don't want to draw, I would just make it in gotcha life. But like I would give them all the exact same fit. Like I'm telling you, exact same clothing, and just like change the sleeve a little. And like his old design was kind of boring, so I drew it. I don't really actually know like lore. Well, actually, I do have some lore for this guy, but maybe one day I'll explain my OC lore in a different video because that would be a lot. But I gave him a suit. Originally, I was gonna have his tie like not like in that little area, but then I was like, no. I gave him glasses. His wardrobe design does not have glasses, and later you'll see because I put it in the end, but you see. Then I did line art and some coloring. I colored. Another thing in his design is that he had like a lot of purple. I didn't do that much purple because I was like, Loki, there's too much going on. I also gave him long hair because I texted my friend and I was like, hey, should I give this OC short hair or long hair? I didn't explain what I was doing. I was like, should I give this OC long hair or short hair? And she was like, oh, give it long hair. And I was like, okay. Well, to be honest, I don't know how I feel about it. I don't know how to feel with him with long hair. I don't know. Oh, and I added some purple in his suit because then I was like, okay, now I feel like there's not enough purple, you know? I gave him sword because I thought it was cool. Duh. I did some background thingy that I also thought would look interesting. Kind of looks a bit weird. I drew a sword up top, and then I did a little lace thing because I thought it would look cool. And look, there's his old design. The difference is crazy. Is this a glow up or a glow down? What would you say? Anyways, next. Now this OC, I have something to say. I've redrawn her like 3 different times beside this, and I'll show them all to you. First, her original design, her other design, and the other time I drew her. You guys ready? Be prepared. Anyways, for this drawing, I had like a couple ideas for the pose. Now I just realized a lot of the time I never give my OCs named. I never named this one, but I'll tell you some of her lore that I remembered that I created like a long time ago, and I didn't even write it down. I just thought, yeah, that's what she is. Okay, this is a little funny. Her dress was inspired by a watermelon. I'm being so real. Anyways, her actual lore was that she was a princess. Um, but she was also like a secret assassin that no one knew because she would like she's super secret about it and whatever because she's not supposed to, but she does anyway. Cause like she's like super cool. That's like the whole thing. And like in her old design, she had like a little red circle, a little red button, and the whole idea of the button was that she'd press it, and then her like dress like fall off, and it would show like this huge like I think it's cyberpunk, huge like cyberpunk thing, and then I never drew that like other outfit. I just like had it. Also, I changed. I gave her like longer shoes to match. Like since I wanted it to be cyber tech, I gave her like different shoes because I also gave her red, like huge red sneakers for some reason. I think it was because I couldn't draw like feet, but also because I liked really big like shoes and designs and stuff. So I went, yeah, just give her that. But I changed it a bit because I don't know. I feel like it would fit more. I suppose. Anyways, I honestly was also kind of like confused about what I should do dress because like in that more recent the other recent drawing of her I did before this that was like a couple years ago. I don't think it was a couple years ago. It was literally last year. Anyways, the dress was like kind of like bubbly, like a slow circular shape. But then the one before that, it was like long and not like that, so I was kind of confused. I did my own thing. I was also confused on how it would like bend because of like the way her legs are, so I don't think I drew it right. But I did. She also has like a little facial crest thing. I made that on like the other time I drew her for some reason. I'm just like that cool. I just did it. I just did it. Some little rendering, some little details, some rendering. I fixed some stuff because I feel like it looks a bit weird. Did some more shading. Oh, wow, it's really coming together, guys. And when you look at that, it's done. But wait, before you go, I have a little tutorial for someone in my class of how I like render or whatever, because he asked. So give me a second. Here's my tutorial. Here's my tutorial. Here's my tutorial. So first, I'm gonna draw a simple thing. You get. Oh my god! Wait. Does that look like a circle? I think that's a very circle-like. So first you get your drawing right. First you get that. Okay, you guys watching? You're watching. Okay, so let's say this is your reference. This is your drawing. Okay. Oh my god, I can't. This is annoying me. Good enough. This is supposed to be a tutorial. I'm too like busy and trying to make it look decent. Okay, you guys watching? This is what has this is some of her render because yeah. So then you want to get like a saturated color, like a dark color of this as your shadow, right? And what you want to do is like place it on like a certain side. It could be the right or the left. Most of the time I do right. This is the shading, right? You could put some there if you want. You could do whatever you want. And then you get like a little lighter color, and you kind of put it like here on the opposite side, or where you want it, right? Or like I do like a tiny bit, like just a tiny bit there, just a tiny bit there. And if you're feeling extra special, you can you can put a little highlight right there. Now, this is a very short tutorial, but that's kind of like how to render some certain things. And then obviously it's gonna get more complicated as you like learn how to like shade and color for your stuff. But my fellow classmates, who I won't say your name because I don't know if you want your name on video, but this is for you. Yeah. I also have some custom brushes. I have a lot because I used to think custom brushes meant that you would get better at drawing. Where is it? Or actually, I'm gonna change the outline color. Just red. Okay, I don't care how it fully looks yet. Let's say you have some hair here. Wrong brush. Let's say you have some hair right here. Okay. Oh my God, is this retro slop? Anyways, let's say you have some hair right here. That's not what I wanted to do. Ignore that. Ignore that. Don't follow that. Okay, so here's what you want to do for hair rendering. Okay, I drew this very, very small and very simple, so you're not gonna see it that well. But think about where like the hair grows from, and then I kind of shade like this. Like I mainly like shade, like I kind of blend it with the outlines in my drawings. And then what I also like to do when I'm running is I make a certain part of it like lighter, like the opposite side. So the certain part is dark. The inside bits that aren't like dark or light. Now, I'm not like an art expert. I don't really know color free or all that like super stuff. So it's just gonna be very basic, okay? There's that. Another thing I like to do is that you're gonna use the lasso tool. Gonna airbrush the head. Get like the basic airbrush. It could be like any one of these works. So you want it. Let's say you want it green, okay? I'm only using that so it stands out so you can see it. You want to put like a little on top of their head like that, and then look at that. You can lower the opacity if you want, if you don't want it super obvious. But make sure it's not like on top of their hair. Do it like this. Like this. Yeah, and that's kind of how I render. If you want to draw people, I'm gonna use orange for as references, but don't use orange. You could like think about where the blood like flows from or whatever, and you could like render like that. You could do it like that. Push him highlights like on the face, like that, or anywhere you want really. But that's kind of how I render. That's kind of how I render. I use like different brushes. Wait, I'll show you. I use the basic this brush for line art, and I also use my custom brushes, and then I also use some custom brushes, which I'll give the QR code to. Anyways, that's it for the little tutorial segment, and that's it for this video. Bye bye!